Welcome back everybody to the final episode of our F1 Manager 22 career mode for the current season. We are up to round 22 of 22, the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi, final race of the year, and we don't have much going on from the end of Brazil to the start of this one. We got 4 days until we need to head off to the Grand Prix. We got a suspension piece coming in. Our memorabilia room is going to be upgraded, and that's about it. So pretty quiet lead up to the final race of the year. As you can see there on the left, the Constructors' Championship is close. If you missed last episode, you might want to go back and watch that to see exactly how that happened. But yeah, we were looking pretty good around Brazil until about the last 5 laps when things went a little bit pear-shaped for us. So unless something pops up, I will catch you in Abu Dhabi.
We're at Yas Island in Abu Dhabi for the Formula One Grand Prix. The Yas Marina circuit was completed in 2009, and we've seen a fair share of celebration and commiseration over the years since then. The scenery may be spectacular, but this weekend, all eyes will be on the track. There's a reason why the Yas Marina circuit is used as a test track. The long straights put engine power through its paces, while the twists and bends make medium speed downforce just as important at this challenging circuit. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the team. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
So as you probably might have guessed, it's going to be a completely dry weekend. No rain in sight. Sunny on Friday and then cloudy for both Saturday and Sunday. I will catch you after practice.
Seems to have been a lockup. Here's the replay. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. Just a bit too heavy on the brakes, and they've locked up. It's a spin! Let's take a closer look. Right, watch this. There's Schumacher. What a spin out! Oh, we've had a spin. Let's have a look. Now watch this. Here's the moments involving Albon. Look at that! They've spun their car. Sounds like a spin. Here's the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari. And yes, that's where they spin out. We return for the next day of our highly anticipated race weekend, which sees the end of practice and the start of qualifying. Practice 3 affords the teams one final opportunity to tweak their setups as the drivers get to grips with the tracks every turn. Once they reach qualifying, there simply won't be time to think twice. Drivers will need to outdo one another if they're to climb their way up the grid and secure themselves a solid starting position for tomorrow's race. There's not much left to say, so let's get into it. Oh, there's a spin! Let's see what happened there. Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved in this one. What a spin!
Yellow flag 15.
Probably.
Let's have a look. Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris. And there, we see the crash. Sounds like there's been a crash. We can take a look now. Now just focus on the Haas. There's the crash.
Alright, so end of all 3 practice sessions. We used old engine parts, which is why we were somewhat off the pace in all 3 sessions. We were able to get Yuki up to 78% track acclimatization, and we're able to max out Pierre 100% on everything. So Pierre will get his full 15 out of 15 performance bonus, and Yuki's just going to have to make do with 14 out of 15. I don't mind giving Liam a good chunk of practice sessions throughout the year. I think it's important for his development, and we are going to continue doing that next year, regardless of who we pick up as our second driver. I think the main incidents, I think Liam locked up once in practice 1, and then there were a couple spins. But the main incidents happened in practice 3 when you had a crash with, I believe it was Lando Norris. Though we didn't really see the crash, it looks like he may have just grazed the wall, so he might have lost a front end plate maybe off the front wing. And then Magnussen had an off right at the death of the session. But other than that, it was pretty tame. So not much else really to do but get into qualifying. I might essentially skip qualifying in terms of showing the results at the end of each session. I might do what I'm currently doing for the practice session and just do it all in one go and bring up the times screen just so you guys can see who got knocked out. So I will catch you after Q3.
We've just had a crash on the track. Here's the replay. Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris. Dear me, they won't have been expecting that.
Yuki. So there you go, end of qualifying 3, and Verstappen was the fastest man out there. Actually did better in Q3 than he did in Q1 there, by a couple hundredths. Leclerc 4 tenths off, Perez less than a tenth behind that, and then Sainz basically 4 tenths there, so he's half a second off his teammate. That does not bode well for his championship chances. I know he had traffic on his first lap, because he was down in P9 until the last run. Pierre just about matched his Q2 time. It wouldn't have mattered, even if he had found a 10th, based on how good the times from Esteban and Fernando were. And Valtteri did the exact same time as what he did in Q2 there. I'm pleased we got Pierre into the top 10. We'll have to see whether or not his gearbox can last. It currently does have minor damage. I think it's at 32% or something. So hopefully it'll be alright for the race. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Once again, in terms of tyre strategy, we did manage to save a set of the mediums. So we're going to have 2 fresh sets of the medium, 1 fresh set of hards, and a fresh set of softs for the race. I'm kind of expecting to go medium, hard, soft maybe, or maybe medium, medium, soft, I don't know. We will find out how we go, and we will also see where Yuki starts.
It's race day and final preparations are underway.
Alpha Tauri's qualifying results were in line with the targets set out for the team. They certainly have the potential to achieve a good result here today. We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. And the weather is sunny here today, apart from a few clouds. Let's hope they remain scattered on the horizon.
And the anticipation is reaching boiling point here at the Yas Marina circuit. Do you think it's time to get started? Well, the fans here at Abu Dhabi do.
Okay, so I think that's what we are going to roll with at this stage. We don't get to put any extra fuel in. We are maxed out at 110 kilos for the race anyway. We'll start on the mediums, we'll go to a set of the hards, and then we'll go to the softs at the end. And of course at the start of the race we will push, and we will see how we go, starting 9th and 13th. So Pierre's up one spot from Verstappen, and Yuki's up a couple, probably from Magnussen and Ricciardo. Let's see how we go, eh?
The drivers are lined up tonight under mostly clear skies. And there we have Pierre Gasly. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. And behind them, there's Tsunoda. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. Everything's been building to this. Anything could happen. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Cheers, Crofty. Kind of hard to see any tyre strategy here. What do we got? Mainly mediums and mediums and softs. Pierre's fighting away with Esteban there for P8. And has managed to get him. So I'm going to drop this back straight away. And I think now we'll go neutral for both our boys. I think we'll also go balanced with the engine for now as well.
We need more lift off.
Because we do need to save that.
Give us more lift off, please.
And if Lewis and Alonso are going to be fighting away, we might be able to get some DRS from them. So where is Verstappen starting? P10. So he's behind us. Okay. Oh, Fernando had a pretty good start there. Got in front of Valtteri and Lewis. We're just going to see if we can hang with these boys. I think we should get DRS here. And we have, so I'm going to take this off for now. Also, Happy New Year, everybody. We are in 2023 now. I'm recording this, so yeah. Hope your 2022 was awesome. Okay, let's see if we can stay with Esteban for a bit, eh? See Mick Schumacher's with us as well. We are hanging on to Esteban for now. And he's trying to close down that gap. Verstappen's negotiated past Bottas and Alonso. Bottas managed to get around Alonso as well.
Alpine just advanced.
Yuki is dropping off the back of that. He's 4 seconds behind Ricciardo now, but 9 seconds in front of Sebastian. So we're just chilling behind Esteban, saving fuel, saving tires for now. So the guys on the soft compound tire are going to have to pit in about 3 laps probably. Oh, Esteban's trying to pull away, but we managed to grab DRS on him. It's going to help us out a bit. We're still dragging Zhou and Schumacher along with us. Alonso has dropped off the back of Lewis, and we're a couple seconds behind him, so it depends where Ocon finishes. If we somehow manage to finish in front of the two Alpines, we might have enough points. I don't think we're going to be able to rely on Yuki getting anything. I think Fernando will be two-stopping. I don't think there's any way he can make a one-stop work going from soft to hard. Ocon may be able to make the mediums stretch out just enough. Oh, Pierre nearly went into the back of him there. We're not going to do that though. We are going to do the two-stop as well. Going onto a set of hards and then softs at the end. Russell is in. Of course, he started on the softs as well. We'll see if Fernando dives in. He does. So does Bottas, oh sorry, Zhou and Schumacher. Okay, interesting. So we should re-emerge in front of George. And we do.
Alonso just pitted.
Be curious if Yuki can get in front of Fernando. Be amazing if he can. I think he might have. Oh, actually, on that topic, let's have a look at how our gearbox is doing. 30%, okay, so we've lost 2% in 15 laps. Okay, should be alright, I think. I'm going to tell him to hold the cars back behind. We'll go a little aggressive, I think. Because of course, if we can hold off Alonso for a lap or two, that's going to help us out a bit. What tyres did he go to? Hards, probably? Yep, hard compound tyre. No ERS for Yuki. But he doesn't need it right here. I'm going to tell him to harvest, I think, for now. Got a couple corners he might be able to get some in. Or not. Okay, fine. We'll go back to... Actually, we'll just keep it on defend. That's fine.
Okay, let's go. Change off.
Yuki's defending. But to no avail. Okay, so he was able to hold him back pretty good then. Was Yuki, so we'll just go back to neutral and standard for him.
Slow down, Yuki. Slow.
George is with us as well, so we basically gained about 2 seconds there. Yuki does have DRS on Fernando. So I'm not pitting this time by. I'm going to stay out. We're going to keep going for a while though, I think. Oh, we've dropped off now, I think, from the looks of it. So let's go push, and we'll go aggressive on the tyre, I think, now.
Yeah. Push 2 steps harder. Okay.
Need to get back in range, eh? We'll go deploy for both of them. See if we can get back in range of Ocon.
Yeah, copy.
Does not look like it, eh? And Yuki couldn't manage it in Zhou Guan Yu either. So Alonso has closed down about 3 seconds on us. He's chewed up 10% of his tyre. So yeah, we are going to push, I think, now and see what we can do. That's sub 30% now for his gearbox. We are 5 seconds behind Perez and George. Esteban's having a look. Manages to get past. We're going to pit though. We are going to box. We're going to go onto a set of the hards. We're going to do the same with a Yuki. Verstappen is in, so is Leclerc. Good recovery from Verstappen, actually.
Box.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
Ocon gets around Pierre, but that's fine. We're going to go back onto the standard for this, I think.
Okay.
Ocon's in as well. We'll go standard, I think, for Yuki. See what kind of pit stop we can get from the boys. Pretty good. Not held. So is Ocon on hards as well? He is. Looks like everybody is on hards. 2.5 second stop, that's not bad. In comes a Yuki. Ricardo's in as well. No, he's not. What am I talking about? So he emerges P14, a good chunk in front of K-Mag and Lando, but basically 20 seconds off Pierre. Good stop from the boys though. Ocon is slowly catching Zhou Guanyu and is dragging both Pierre and Mick along with him. Mick might have just fallen out of range, actually. I think it's going to be up to us to try and get back in range of Ocon. So we're going to go a little aggressive, I think, on the tyre now. Because we are planning to stop again. Oh.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
Okay.
Let's see what happened there. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. There's the crash.
Okay, we have jumped past Zhou, and we're on the back of Esteban, and have DRS, coming up to lap Latifi. Let's us go. Yeah, so we are now going to push, I think, on the tyre, see what we can do here. We've broken away from Zhou Guanyu. Of course, our plan is to just keep pushing and then switch over to a set of the softs at the end. Got 20 laps to go. And so far things aren't looking too bad for us. We got 5 seconds on Zhou. Magnussen is closing in. 3.5 behind Yuki now. We can push the engine a little bit here, so that's what we're going to do. Going to go a tiny bit aggressive on the engine power here. How are Fernando's tyres looking? Fernando's tyres... Oh, he just pitted. Okay, never mind. Alonso is right on us. Gonna do one more lap. Here comes Fernando. Straight past. We are going to pit now. But we're boxing. In we come. I think we'll do another lap with Yuki. So we got 10 laps to go. These tyres should be good for about 20 laps. We might be able to nick fastest lap. That's kind of what I'm hoping to do. I might harvest a little bit on the tyre as well. We are going to box Yuki, I forgot about that. Let's do that right now. Before we forget. .6, pretty good stop there from the boys. Going to emerge just in front of Bottas from the looks of it. Okay, so we're going to be fine with him, I think. So now let's go back to Pierre. Need to have a good chunk of ERS available. Gonna do 2 laps. I think we need to get past Mick before we try it. Okay, so he has done it. Okay, so let's go now, huh? Let's go aggressive, push, and deploy. See if we can nick fastest lap.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
We are 5 seconds off Zhou for that final point. I'm going to see if we can get fastest lap from George here. We've managed it. Okay, back to neutral. Back to standard on the tyre. I think we'll push. Problem is, of course, Zhou is miles behind. 1.3. If we can get into that range, I think we're just going to go aggressive now. And we'll go on that, that's fine. There we go, we get past Zhou. And now we got to go.
Alpha Tauri gained a place.
We got 2 laps to do this, I think. Leclerc starts his last lap. No retirements yet. So we are going to push. I think we may as well. May as well chew it all up.
Can push 1 step more.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to do 4 seconds in a lap somehow. We'll give it a go, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Leclerc wins the race and the championship. Red Bull gets 2nd and 3rd. Russell's going to get P4.
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner. We can take a look now. Charles Leclerc there, taking home the win.
There'll be celebrations tonight after a performance like that. They've done themselves and the team proud.
Yuki finishes 16th.
We'll review everything. And slow down.
We go super aggressive maybe.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
He cut the gap basically by 1.5 seconds, but not enough. Alonso's going to finish P8. Wraps up P4 for Alpine there.
And here's Pierre Gasly. A promising result from him today. AlphaTauri did all right for themselves, didn't they? Although, of course, there's always more work to do. The end this weekend in 5th place in the constructor standings.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard in the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
To your final race of 2022 results. Leclerc gets the win and seals the championship. Verstappen manages to get up to P2 there, a couple seconds off the win. Pretty good drive from him, since he had to start from, what, 10th? Perez rounds out the podium. Russell in the Merc gets P4 there. Sainz will be disappointed with that to end the season. So close and yet so far. Back in P5 there. Lewis 6th. Bottas, pretty good drive there from him, up to 7th. Alonso and Ocon 8th and 9th for Alpine, and Pierre gets P10, the final point, plus the extra one for fastest lap. Outside the points, you got Guan Yu finishing P11 there, Schumacher 12th, Ricciardo, Norris and Magnussen all up 3 spots, 13th, 14th and 15th. Yuki down 3 to P16. Stroll also down 3 to 17th, Albon up 1 for 18th, Vettel down 4 to 19th, and Latifi last man home in P20. Drivers' Championship looks like that. Leclerc 26 points clear of Sainz in the end. Pretty dominant by the Ferraris. Verstappen made it interesting. He is only, what, 33 points off Carlos there in the end. But right from the start, it looked like it was going to be a 2-man and 1-team race for the title. Perez gets 4th, Lewis 5th. Pierre does manage to hang on for P6 ahead of George. Alonso in 8th, Bottas 9th, and Esteban Ocon in 10th. Yuki stays 11th, that's pretty much where he was the entire year. Zhou couldn't quite get the points to topple him there. Ricciardo beats out Lando, 13th and 14th for the 2 McLarens. Magnussen 15th, Stroll 16th, Albon 17th. Schumacher with his day today gets past Vettel for 18th, Vettel 19th, and Latifi is 20th. Constructors' Championship, Ferrari dominated, 160 points in front of Red Bull, who themselves dominated in front of Mercedes, who were a good chunk in front of us and Alpine. I guess it should be Alpine and us, since they managed to get past us right at the death there. Alfa Romeo finished 6th, McLaren 7th, Haas 8th, Aston 9th, and Williams 10th. Everybody scored points, and we do fulfill our expectation of finishing 6th in the Constructors' Championship, so I'm pretty happy with that. So we gain 3 million for that race. We have to pay out Pierre for finishing 10th or better. Overall, pretty happy with that. The gearbox lasted, so we did not need to take a penalty for that. So that was always pretty handy. There you go, our helipad has been refurbished there, back up to perfect condition. Also, our factory upgrade has been finished as well, so that's just in time for next year. Be able to do 4 projects instead of 3 this time, so that'll be good. There you go, our tech chief saying that we cannot design or build any new parts until next year. That's fine. We should be able to research, because it just says design, right? Not research, so we should be fine for that. Patrick Stafford saying that the board has high confidence in our leadership and we should have a pretty good review. We exceeded expectations. And we achieved midfield victory according to the board. Look at that. Overjoyed to see the team's progress. Yes, I think we had a pretty good season for us. I'm pretty happy with it. So that is it for Season 1 with Dario Franchitti in charge of AlphaTauri. I'm going to take a bit of a break before we come back for Season 2. And I guess the first episode is going to be well, not a review episode, but it's going to be like housekeeping. We're going to have to figure out who we want to replace Yuki for next year. And we'll have to do that, sign that. We're going to have to renew Pierre's contract now as well. But overall, pretty happy with that year. We got a few podiums, got some fastest laps. Of course, we nearly won in Singapore. Would have been interesting to see how that would have turned out without that late safety car. And of course, we also nearly won at Mexico. Couldn't quite manage it there either. Anyway, overall, really happy with the season. We almost hung on for P4, but as I've said before, by dropping that one spot, it does mean we get extra time in the wind tunnel and the fluid dynamics. So could be a advantage for us going into 2023 with more time available to us. But that is it for Season 1. So I will catch you later in 2023 when we pick up Season 2 and we'll see if we can get a little bit closer to the front. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have an awesome day. Like, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.